vez más, lo que me das y lo que quiero, de pronto esa no sea mi realidad. No sé si es amor, es que quiero estar solo. La soledad me hace preso, la condena son tus besos. No sé si es amor, es que no quiero estar solo. A veces la paso lonely, no es tu culpa, I'm sorry. Estamos envueltos en un juego de dos. Quiero estar a lo tuyo, pero a veces no. De pronto son cosas del destino. O mejoramos con el tiempo como el vino. Súbeme la nota, que no se me nota. Ya no estaba ready y fui un idiota. Que hay mucha brisa, se acabó la risa. Ya empezamos el gota a gota. Dame la actitud.
LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Finally, show with the balls to call it like it is. Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Countdown to audio torture.
The Rated R Safety Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let the eardrum pain begin.
Forget the corporate bullshit. This is the Rated R Safety Show with your host, Dr. It doesn't matter who the host is.
Well, is that not the truth or what? It does not matter who the host is. Today is Friday, February the 11th of 2022. A joyous day for some, a sad day for me, but we don't need to talk about that at the moment. Anyways, it is day 42 of the year and only 323 days remaining before we are done and over with this thing that we're already calling 2022. So, I guess, are we really looking forward to 2023 already? I don't know. I always get confused on what we're talking about. Anyways, we are broadcasting live from the Safety FM studios in Orlando, Florida. And then we are coming across the multiverse of Safety FM. And then, of course, we are hanging out with our friends, and colleagues at that other place that we do stuff at.
Radio.
Yep, we're hanging out with our friends and colleagues at Radio Big.FM. So I hope you had a lovely overnight. Everything going on and moving and grooving and doing all that kind of fun stuff. Some interesting times yesterday. I will tell you that if everything that I did last night in regards of some meetings and stuff like that comes to fruition, we will have some changes going on where you might be kind of excited, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that at some later time. Anyways, let's start talking about some of the things that you're going to care about. So let's start talking about what was trending yesterday. Harden was trending Tuesday after his trade was announced. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to the world of sports. Hashtag Jurassic Park World Dominion landed on Twitter's top 10 trends after the trailer for the new flick dropped. Universal DH was trending following the MLB's Commissioner Robert Manfred announcement of the league has agreed to a universal designated hitter policy for the 2022 season. And last but not least, hashtag why dogs are better than humans was trending yesterday as tweets included they truly are loyal, and that's what they mean, loyal. They don't care about the things that you ordered from Amazon. They have a calming quality about them, and they always entertain. So that was all the stuff that was actually hitting the convoy yesterday as we were talking in regards of the trends. So let's talk about this real quick. If you are going to be a couch potato this weekend and not do much and you need some new movies that are out and about and all that kind of fun stuff, let me tell you about some that are out there. New to Netflix will be Big Bug, Love and Leashes, Love Tactics. Man, Love and Leashes, it could be a number of things that right there. Anyways, new to HBO Max will be Antlers. And then new to Amazon Prime is Homestay and I Want You Back. Now, I don't know because it came out, I believe it was last week, but have you watched the show Reacher? It's pretty interesting. Definitely a different appeal than the Tom Cruise one. But hey, that's neither here nor there. That's going to be all entirely up to you if that's something that you're going to be interested in taking a look at. So let's start talking about some things real quick, because if not, I'm going to forget, and some people are not going to love me for this. And that's okay, because I don't need people to love me all the time. I just need people to love me sometime. But let's start talking about some of the things that I did yesterday, because I think this is going to be cool. So yesterday, we dropped our newest ebook, and we talked about that taboo subject that a lot of people won't discuss. So I figured, hey, let's talk about it this morning. And yes, this ebook that we have released is called The Psychology of Sexuality. Yeah, The Psychology of Sexuality. So all that stuff that, we normally don't talk about here, well, I decided to put it in an ebook format for you to be able to download and take a view and all that kind of fun stuff if you're so inclined to do so. So if you are hanging out on any of the streamers, the little book is right there. There is the QR code right there on the screen. All you have to do is scan it. It'll take you to Safety FM Plus, where if you are a member, it will allow you to actually download it. So QR code right there, The Psychology of Safety, the newest ebook that we have moving and grooving inside of there. So I'll go ahead and take that off the screen now if you're there. But what I will do is I'll come over here and I will bring in the QR code that apparently is going to participate and take up the bulk of my screen. And I will put that over here in the lovely corner. So in case you didn't get the time to do so, now you have the inclination of taking a look at the cutesy QR code and saying, hey, this might be something that I'm interested in. So now you have the opportunity of taking a little download of it. I'll leave it there for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So anyways, that's some stuff that's going on. So if you're not familiar or not sure what the hell is going on today, let me explain. It is Freeform Friday. So what does this mean for Freeform Friday? Well, this kind of means this. I kind of jump in. We do a little bit of everything. I talk some shit. We talk some shit. You can jump in at callinradio.com, do whatever you want inside of there, and then we kind of get moving and grooving. Also, at the same time, with all things remembered, you remember that right there, that QR code is for the Psychology of Sexuality. Right there, you can download it if you're on the actual video format. If not, you can go to Safety FM Plus, PLUS.com. So let's do this. I want to do something slightly different today in regards to what we're going to do with some of the news. What I want to do is give you kind of a combo here of some new stuff. So we'll do it in that format. So what we are going to do is bring in a new correspondent to tell us what's going on inside of the world of the news. So we'll do that first. So maybe we'll do it this way. I'll give you 30 seconds of feature story. Then I will give you some other stuff from a different correspondent. So let's do it in that portion, and we'll get that moving and grooving. Well, we'll do that right now.
Here is the news on the Rated R Safety Show.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Joe Biden's told American citizens to leave Ukraine because of the threat of Russian military action. Foreign ministers of the Quad nations, Australia, Japan, the US and India are meeting to discuss Ukraine, climate change and COVID. The search is underway for Britain's most senior police officer after Cressida Dick stood down as Met Police Commissioner, and some of the world's biggest car makers say production is being disrupted by trucker protests in Canada.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Biden is weighing in as a growing number of Democratic governors move to end indoor mask mandates.
I committed that I would follow the science as put forward by the CDC and the federal people. And I think it's probably premature, but it's a tough call.
Biden made the comment in an NBC interview on Thursday. That full interview will run just before the Super Bowl. Thousands of New York City employees are expected to be fired today for refusing to comply with the city's coronavirus vaccine mandate. Termination letters have gone out to about 4,000 workers, including teachers, officers, and firefighters. They're already on unpaid leave for not getting vaccinated. Unions are suing to try and stop the employees from being let go. The New York Post reports lawsuit argues accommodations such as frequent COVID-19 testing and remote work are still options. A judge is dismissing language by the Republican National Committee about the Capitol attack. The RNC framed it as legitimate political discourse in a report, but the judge says that's not what America stands for, as she sentenced a Seattle man yesterday for punching officers during the riot. New data shows abortions drastically declined after Texas passed one of the nation's most restrictive abortion laws last year. Jim Forbes has the details.
Data from the Texas Health Department shows abortions in the Lone Star State dropped nearly 60% after the bill passed. The bill bans abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected, which is about 6 weeks after conception. Abortions fell from just over 5,400 in August to just under 2,200 in September. The department has yet to release data from the rest of 2021.
A Tennessee school board is sticking with its decision to ban a book about the Holocaust. Some in McMinn County are demanding it be reinstated. They spoke out last night during a meeting questioning the board's decision to pull the graphic novel Mouse. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This show is almost as enjoyable as hearing the sound of the toilet flush. Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Hey, are you tired of hanging around and talking about safety in a boring kind of format? Well, I got something for you. If you haven't hung out with us yet at safetyfm.com, I'm going to encourage you to do so. Yeah, if you come out to Safety FM, you can come hang out with all kinds of safety professionals. Some are safety professionals, some are just people that are talking about safety. But we want to do it in a format that makes it fun and entertaining. If you're kind of trying to figure out what the FM portion is, well, we're a radio station and also a podcast network. You can come out, hang out, and listen to my show, The Jay Allen Show. You can listen to Todd Conklin with the pre-accident investigation, Blaine J. Hoffman with the Safety Pro, The Hop Nerd, Sam Goodman, just to name a few on what can be found on the station. Different things for different people, trying to bring safety in an entertaining form. SafetyFM.com. Go to the website, download the app, and carry it with you all day long. SafetyFM.com. We'll be waiting for you.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Listen to our host of the Rated R Safety Show. Self-implode on our airwaves. Only on Safety FM.
Okay, back to some self-imploding is what it sounds like, is what we have going on here. It is currently 14 minutes past the top of the hour as you and I are hanging out, doing the things that we get to do. So there you go. Anyways, let's take it from the top of the list and start talking right away of the things that are going on inside of El Mundo. So here you go. A judge in Ontario has ruled that online donation platform Give, Send, Go cannot legally disperse the millions of dollars raised to anyone connected to the trucker convoy. It's not expected to hold any legal muster, but rather, just kind of give people the reason of not wanting to all of a sudden now to be able to donate from, That's what it is at the moment. So meanwhile, organizers are believed to be working with Give, Send, Go to have the funds converted to Bitcoin and then sent to the people within the group to further distribute the funds, which would also be legal workaround of the court ruling. I guess people get creative quick when it comes to money. Speaking of protesters, insiders reports that the protesters have been cleaning the bathrooms and floors of the businesses in the thick of the parked convoy, where the parked convoy. Meanwhile, in Nevada, the governor has ended all public mask mandates effective immediately. What else? Meanwhile, in Alberta, the provincial government is taking down the smartphone app for vaccine passports as it further phases out mask rules and gathering limitations. So I don't know. Sounds like an interesting time for sure, as we are talking about it. So it sounds like it's here, it's there, it's all over the place. What are you thinking? I mean, like, seriously, if you're seeing this in Canada, and let's just be realistic, Canadian people are some of the nicest people that you'll ever get to meet. Just really, they really are. I get to interact with quite a few of them all the time, and I mean all the time, several times every week. So I look at this and I go, if that's what's going on, what happens to some of these other scenarios in the world, some of these other places, or what are people going to be doing if things don't change? And believe me, I am not trying to sit here and advocate this is what needs to be done right now. This is the conversation between you and I. This is the conversation of what do you think should happen. This is the conversation of what the freak is going on out there in the world. Is it all of a sudden that moment of pushback where people are saying, I'm tired, I don't want to go through this anymore, and this is what we're doing? Is it the right thing? Is it the wrong thing? I don't know. It's something for you to determine, not for me to determine.
We are now video streaming the Rated R Safety Show. I don't know why our host has a face for radio. Rated R Safety Show.
Good idea. Keep me off the streamers. Keep me off the video streamers. No need to do that if we can avoid it like the plague. But hey, we're already here now, so I guess we'll continue. Anyways, let's talk about some other things. The Daily Mail has presented more evidence that COVID was created in a Chinese lab, but it's quite the web of information. Researchers in Hungary discovered traces of early strands of coronavirus in soil samples from Antarctica that were the first analyzed by the researchers in Shanghai. Yet to be determined, this is exactly how the coronavirus traces would have gotten into the soil samples. So I don't know. It's some interesting things on what is coming out now in regards of the world of information. I look at it and I go, I don't know. And I know that it's very difficult for people to sit around and say that right there. Watch that combination of words. We'll go through it one more time. I don't know. It's real simple. I have conversations all the time with people where there's some difficulties on certain things that you can and cannot say. So I will try to go through some of these that I think they're very simple to say. When you don't know something, it's easy to do this. I don't know. And if you don't want to do something, I want you to practice with me. It's real simple as well. No. Now watch, it wasn't that hard. I'll go through it one more time. It's kind of a slow pace thing. No. And I don't get it. We have some things that I don't understand and I don't know, and I'm perfectly fine with talking about it. But also, I'm perfectly fine with saying the word no, which I've been told by several people that is a very difficult thing to say, which it isn't. But hey, there it goes from time to time. Anyways, as you can see, I'm very gung-ho about certain things. That's for sure. Anyways, good morning, Mr. Posel. I see you there in the box. Good morning. Anyways, as you heard already, abortions in Texas have decreased by 60% since the law has passed that made them illegal. When an unborn baby's heart it says heartburn, but I'm sure it means heartbeat is detected, because I'm hoping your kid's not having heartburn at such a young age. That's for sure. Anyways, let's continue talking about some other things that are going on, because it's always important to cover a little bit of everything. That is for sure. Do I want to give medal counts? I don't know. Do I want to tell you where we are with the medals? I guess I can do this if you want to talk about it. So let's talk about some medaling some medaling here. After 6 days of competition, Austria has 4 gold, 5 silver, 4 bronze. Norway has 5 gold, 3 silvers, 4 bronze. Canada has 1 gold, 4 silver, 7 bronze. Russia, 2 gold, 3 silvers, 6 bronze. And the U.S. now has 4 gold, 5 silvers, and 1 bronze. Team USA picked up 3 more gold medals on day 6. They were earned by figure skaters Nathan Chen in the men's free skate, snowboarder Chloe Kim at the half-pipe, and the mixed aerial teams are made up by Ashley Caldwell, Chris Lillis, and Justin Snowfield is what it looks like. So there you go. That is the ring-a-ding-ding if you're looking for that information. So now you know what I know, and now we know together, which makes it even more interesting. Anyways, truckers' protests may be headed to the Super Bowl, according to what is being reported. DHS says that a convoy of truckers protesting the vaccine mandates similar to protests in Canada could begin at the Super Bowl. Mike Bowers reports.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Once they intervene in other people's freedoms and liberties, it becomes a more complicated landscape. But we're working with law enforcement to address any eventuality.
The Department of Homeland Security bulletin warns law enforcement across the U.S. that a convoy of truckers protesting vaccine mandates similar to protests in Canada could begin soon in the U.S. The Super Bowl is Sunday in Los Angeles. The bulletin says the convoy could begin in California as early as mid-February and arrive in Washington, D.C. as late as mid-March, potentially impacting the game and President Biden's State of the Union address on March 1st. I'm Mike Bauer.
Okay, thank you, Mike Bauer, for that one. 21 minutes past the top of the hour. Now, let's just be realistic. We are hanging out here in the U.S. of A. What kind of a world will it be if this actually ends up happening, where the game is all of a sudden messed with, especially with it being such a big deal to a lot of people over this, Super Bowl Sunday? Let's just be realistic. It's one of those things that people will be like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting just to see the overall portion of what ends up taking place. Anyways, let's talk about some other news of things that are going on. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo to file misconduct claim against Attorney General. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo is planning to file a misconduct claim against the state Attorney General Letitia James. So I got some more information for you.
Andrew Cuomo's lawyer, Rita Glavin, says Letitia James' report last summer that found the governor had sexually harassed 11 women was a political hit job by a woman who wanted his job.
So between August 3rd and October 29th, the Attorney General issued a report, didn't release any of the evidence, and then announced her run for governor.
Letitia James firing back, though, calling Andrew Cuomo a serial sexual harasser who has no case against her and will not win if he files one. Noam Layden, NBC News Radio, New York.
I have to tell you, sometimes we use some poor choices of words. It was a political head job. I mean, really? This is what we're going to go with in regards of a news story that's talking about sexual misconduct? Hey, I didn't write the wording on this one. Somebody else wrote the damn thing. But man, what the hell are we thinking with that one?
We at Safety FM are not responsible for what this idiot behind the microphone is saying. He is trying to be entertaining. Rated R Safety Show.
Oh, a lot of stuff going on inside of the world here. So let's talk about this bill to provide free feminine hygiene products in high school gains Senate support. A bill that would provide free feminine hygiene products in Utah schools is close to passing in the legislature. State Senator Ann Mildner says that having those products available in the school restrooms is just as important as having toilet paper.
These products are every bit as much important to our young women.
The Utah Senate voted unanimously in favor of the House Bill 162 yesterday. The bill would create a public-private partnership to make sure that dispensers and needed products to be available in school bathrooms. The bill still faces final vote in the Senate and will be on hold until lawmakers are sure that there's enough money in the state budget to fund the program. Sister Goods founder Kristen Andra says that Utah Food Bank struggles to provide feminine hygiene products to women in poverty because of so many can't afford to buy them.
And they said, this is the biggest need we've ever had in the history of the Utah Food Bank for any product that we've ever tried to place.
Okay, so there you go. Hopefully we'll get to, get to see some things moving and grooving inside of there, because that's always important information. And we should be able to have access to feminine hygiene products, in a school district with not a problem. And I know that we're talking about Utah here, but maybe this should be more of a thing that's more across the board. Anyways, let's start talking a little bit more too. You heard it a little bit earlier. We'll talk about it some more here. Democrats state that probably premature ending to COVID mask mandates. President Biden weighed in on the growing number of Democratic governors to move to the end of the indoor mask mandate.
I committed that I would follow the science as put forward by the CDC and the federal people. And I think it's probably premature, but it's a tough call.
Okay, so Biden made the comment in NBC's interview on Thursday, while also noting that children younger than 7 will soon be able to get COVID vaccines. Now, let's talk about this, because this is going to always be one of these controversial subjects. You already know it's a controversy now when it comes to adults, so let's talk about it now. A 7-year-old child being able to take a COVID vaccine, how do you view that? How do you take a look at that? Are you cool with it? Are you not good with it? Is it following the science? Is it more of a thought process on what should be done? I'm just wondering what exactly you are thinking when it comes to that. So maybe that's the conversation there. Anyways, let's continue talking about some other things. Retiring 3-time gold medalist Shaun White is coming up short in the quest for the podium of his final Olympics. The 35-year-old California native finished 4th in the men's medal snowboard half-pipe final in Beijing.
Sorry, you're going to get me ugly crying here, but I'm not upset about the result. I obviously would have loved to put down that last run. I was having some difficulties.
Japan won the gold. Austria took the silver, and Switzerland earned the bronze. American Taylor gold and Chase Josie finished 5th and 7th, respectively. Retiring Shaun White was full of emotions after finishing 4th.
Everyone at home, thank you. Snowboarding, thank you. It's been the love of my life.
I get it. When you put in your heart and your passion into a lot of the work that you do, and it's time. It gets to a portion where you have to call it. And it's a difficult thing as a professional, where you realize that you are not holding up, where you realize that things are not going the way that you thought they should. And let's just be realistic. There will be a time where I'm going to come to your door via audio, via video, via whatever, where it might not be time for me to knock anymore. And I get it. That's how things happen. Things evolve, things change, and things move on. Sometimes, we all want to live forever. We all want to be, out there and being able to do the things that we love. But sometimes Father Time, Mother Time just kind of says, hey, it's time to move on. And let's just be realistic. Time stops for no one. It just really does. It doesn't wait for anyone, that's for sure. Even though if you kind of really think about it, time's not really a real thing. It's a made-up thing and all that. Well, that's a whole other story. We can get into that at another time. Anyway, child receives death threats at a school. Did you hear about this? Wardrobe, Maryland. Administrator of Charles County are investigating after students gave another classmate a terrifying death threat. The mother of the victim was furious.
I think it starts at home. I think with the pandemic, everything, these kids have a lot of emotion and a lot of anger for such little people. They're very angry.
It happened late last week. Evans Turner Elementary School at the school district is working with both families for a solution. No word yet on the punishment for the youngster will face. The mother of the victim says that her son doesn't even want to go to school anymore.
Trying to find a reason to not go to school almost every day. Or calling from the bathroom, asking me to come to get him.
So there you go. A lot of stuff going on inside of the world as we are hanging and banging here on this lovely Friday. It is Freeform Friday, and I guess I should look over here from time to time just to make sure that everything's moving and grooving for sure. So Freeform Friday, callinradio.com. If you want to hang out, do some messaging and all that kind of fun stuff, we can always go from there. Anyways, Michigan students protest after substitute uses a slur. Some high school students in Michigan walked out of class yesterday after substitute teacher was caught on video using that phrase for black slavery.
Wait. What did you say?
Superintendent Christopher Delgado issued a statement telling people not to apply for substitute jobs with the district if you harbor racist feelings and do not embrace our diversity as strength. Student Keshawn Wilson says that he couldn't believe what he was hearing from the substitute teacher.
When she can say that type of thing and think that there's nothing wrong with it, and because that will affect me for the rest of my life, even if I'm not even thinking about it, it'll be in the back of my mind subconsciously.
So there you go. Always some things happening inside of the world as we are moving forward and talking. And, sometimes I look at this stuff and go, how is this something that we still have conversations about till this day? How can these inequalities still be a thing? How can this still be lingo and conversation that still happens? I don't get it, but it is still part of our reality day in and day out. Anyways, let's continue talking about some other things that are going on inside of the world. Do we want to talk about this? I mean, I know it is Friday and I know it is freeform, but geez, we're really struggling here. First Lady, First Dog, video for Puppy Bowl. Yeah, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden and Biden's family's new puppy will star in the video message promoting the pets that will air on Sunday Puppies Bowl. The First Lady introduces the first dog, Germany. Shouldn't it be German? It says Germany Shepherd Pup Commander in a Valentine's Day themed clip. Take a listen.
What's so wonderful about having pets is that they bring us unconditional love, joy, and comfort every day.
Okay, the Puppy Bowl is yearly special that will air on Sunday on Animal Planet at 2 p.m. Eastern time, because you sure as shit do not want to be waiting around for the real thing that comes to be when it's actually the halftime show of the Super Bowl, because you never know when that's going to happen. So I get it. I get it that you want to air it early. Anyways, I haven't talked about it for the last 5 seconds here, so here you go. That little QR code that's right here, that's sitting right underneath my finger, will get you to our newest ebook of the Psychology of Sexuality. Hey, we had to talk about it at some point, so I figured, hey, let's talk about it now. It'll make our life easy. It won't be one of those weird things that, hey, we didn't talk about it, we didn't mention it. It's one of those things that it happens, we talk about it, we move forward, and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyways, on some other news of things that are going on, if you have not heard, maybe I should bring it up once again. I've been working on a project for a small period of time, and we have not been talking about it. Well, we did bring it up, but we didn't talk about it, I guess, too much here. But I want to tell you about what my friends Todd Conklin and Sydney Decker have been working on. So take a listen to this real quick, and we'll get moving and grooving about this. If I can ever get the videos to move anymore, because it seems like at times I can't ever do anything when it comes to this. Hold on. Well, you've been asking for it, and it's finally here. People wanted to know what Project X was all about, and it looks like the cat might have been already out of the bag, a little ahead of schedule here. So let's start talking about it. Let's talk about this book that's been in the works for some time here. Dr. Sydney Decker and Dr. Todd Conklin have come up with a book of Do Safety Differently. Two friends, authors, and scholars discuss building blocks for the new view of safety. It is available now. Bookstores everywhere. You don't have to wait. It's already available. The audiobook is coming soon. Be on the lookout. We are very excited here to let you know about this newest book between Sydney Decker and Todd Conklin, Do Safety Differently, a guide that will help you in your organization. Okay, so there you go. That's the newest in the newest book right there by Sydney Decker and Todd Conklin. And I will tell you, I'm amazed that it's already on the top of the charts in the safety world. So congratulations to both of them. What do you got here, Mr. Posel? You might want to read that book twice. Is that a direct for the people that are listening, or is that to me? Did I screw up something inside of there? I wouldn't be shocked because it's not the first time that I have screwed up a book or two or three. We can have that conversation, off the rails here as we are talking. Anyways, it is 34 minutes past the top of the hour as we are talking and hanging and doing all that kind of fun stuff, going in and out of some of the information that you care about. So let's talk about the Sunday, as mentioned earlier. Sunday Super Bowl 56 will be aired on NBC and TSN if you're actually in Canada. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Los Angeles Rams. Halftime entertainment will be Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige. Just in case if you're looking or trying to remember what it is. Now, if you, I don't know, how you're looking at that when it comes to the whole thing, but it's one of those things that I will tell you this. If people are not familiar with how Eminem and everybody was back in the day, they might be in for a small culture shock when it's all said and done. Anyways, let's bring in Johnny Smalls real quick because it is that time to talk about the Market Beat.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, February 11th, 2022. The rebound in equities reversed course on Thursday following some hotter-than-expected inflation data. The CPI reading for January shows prices advanced 0.6% for the month on a headline and core basis, or 0.2% hotter than expected on both counts. The month-to-month gains were accompanied by acceleration on a year-over-year basis as well, with core CPI up 6% from last year. This marks the 10th month for hot and rising inflation and puts increased pressure on the FOMC to act quickly. Fed president came out with comments in the wake of the data, saying he favored 100 basis points of interest rate increases by June, including a 50 basis point increase to start. The SPX fell on the news, confirming resistance at the short-term moving average and the most recent peak in prices, putting the market in danger of a retest of the recent lows. If the market is not able to hold these lows, a much deeper correction, perhaps as much as 10% or more, could come within weeks. You can get the inside track at marketbeatminute.com.
Okay, thank you, Johnny Smalls, for that one. So let's see, we got some messaging coming in here. Hi there, a couple of questions I would like to ask. Is the LinkedIn Lives is no longer a rule here? I don't understand what that means. Is no longer a rule here. Not sure what you're asking. And the second one, a young lady in Tunisia has gotten a racist response on her job application based on religion. Are you interested in talking about that? Of course, we talk about everything. It is Freeform Friday. We'll talk a little bit about everything, and I'm always interested in the things that are going on and going around because that's the point of the show. It's your show. We do what you want to talk about and really go in through that information. There's no other thing about it, and believe me, that's why we have these things that are opened up for you to automatically pop into whatever you want to talk about. There is no point for me to give you some kind of censorship inside of there. Believe me, there's been some things that I don't want to mention, but hey, people come in and say this is what we want to talk about, and that's what we're going to roll with. Why change the rules to it now? So if you're still hanging on there, I would love to really understand what that first question is. Is the LinkedIn Live no longer a rule here? I don't know what that means. LinkedIn Live should still be there, just for the sake of saying it. Anyway, so here you go. We're going to have some more information for you with everything going on inside of this lovely world when we come back right after this.
Oops! What did he just say?
We at Safety FM don't always agree with the viewpoints of our hosts and guests.
Now back to real safety talk on Safety FM.
These days, it can be hard to find and hire the right candidates for your small business. That's why LinkedIn Jobs made it easier to find the people that you want to talk to faster and for free. I have to tell you, even before they ever became a sponsor here on Safety FM, we have used LinkedIn Jobs to help find the people that we have here on Safety FM. It's an easy service to use. Create a free job post in minutes on LinkedIn Jobs to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 770 million people. Focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience and use screening questions to get your role in front of only the most qualified candidates. Then use the simple tools on LinkedIn Jobs to quickly filter and prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates you want to talk to faster. Did you know that every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/safetyfm. That's linkedin.com/safetyfm to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. And don't forget to mention that Jay Allen sent you.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face. And posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Solo interesadas a quien desvestir. No sé si es amor o es que quiero estar solo. La soledad me hace preso, la condena son tus besos. No sé si es amor o es que no quiero estar solo. A veces la paso lonely, no es tu culpa, I'm sorry. Ahora yo entiendo toda la gravedad. Tú tan hermoso y no te ofrezco nada. Solo recibo y no te puedo dar lo que tú quieras, baby, la verás. Aunque bebé yo te llene de Dior, no se arregla esta relación. Lo que yo puedo es pedir perdón, porque no siento lo que sientes vos. Dame la actitud que yo tengo hacia ti. Yo me pongo inseguro cuando tú quieres estar cerquita de mí. No interesante, solo interesadas a quien desvestir. No sé si es amor o es que quiero estar solo.
Okay, there you go. It is 43 minutes past the top of the hour. That is No Ses Mi Amor by Looney, available on Spotify and iTunes. Thanks, Looney, for allowing us to play that one here on the Rated R Safety Show. Anyways, let's get moving and grooving with some other things that are going on inside of the world. And I always want to make sure that this is important and it's something that we don't miss out in talking about. So let's talk about it right now. Let me tell you about my friends at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Whether if you have struggled with suicide yourself or have lost a loved one, know that you're not alone. Hear about personal experiences from people in your local communities whose lives have been impacted by suicide and depression. To find out more information, all you have to do is go to AFSP.org. That is AFSP.org to find out some more información. And then we can go from there. Or you can also even give them a call at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. Or text the word TALK to 741-741. So let's talk about this real quick. So I have somebody telling me that LinkedIn Live is not working properly. I see it, so I'm not sure what's going on. And what we always tell people is the following. We are a radio station first, followed by a streaming network. I mean, that's kind of the way that it goes. So the radio station should always be available at safetyfm.com with no problem there. You can also go to radiobig.fm if you're having some struggles taking a view of what's going on. The other portion is that if you're not a Safety FM Plus member, what we like for you to do, if you want to, it's not like we really have a preferred format on where you hang out, but we have a lot of people hanging out in our Twitch account. We have a lot of people hanging out over there, hanging and banging, doing some stuff inside of that room. So it's always interesting to see what's going on. And that's twitch.tv/safetyfm. So just in case, if you want to know where to hang out, you have some options in doing so there. Anyways, let's talk about a lot more things because we need to do so. It is Friday. We are hoping that you are getting ready and moving and grooving. If you're here in Orlando tonight, you have the lovely opportunity to go see Dua Lipa on her second date of her concert. If you're so inclined to do so. Maybe that's a conversation for later. Anyways, if you're looking for some movies to watch, you have some opportunities of doing that. Death of the Nile comes out today, rated PG-13. Blacklight, PG-13, comes out as well. And Marry Me, PG-13. A lot of PG-13 action going on right there is definitely what it sounds like. So there you go. So a lot of stuff going on as we are talking this morning. So some other information, as you did hear, several thousand New York City employees are expected to be let go today, refusing the coronavirus shot. I have Scott Pringle, for my friend that likes Pringles, here reporting.
Many protested yesterday, arguing that frequent coronavirus testing should be the answer instead of teachers, firefighters, cops, and other employees being fired for not complying with the city's vaccine mandate.
I'm fully vaccinated, but I don't want to be segregated from the unvaccinated. There should be no mandates.
Mayor Eric Adams says people are choosing to quit.
If you are not following the rules, you are making that decision.
Many employees have submitted last-minute proof of vaccination ahead of today's deadline to get the shot. Scott Pringle, NBC News Radio, New York.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? So there you go, some information there on what is happening. Anyways, let's get moving and grooving and talking a little bit about everything that is going on. And, well, who else is going to make you more motivated on side of this planet besides Johnny Small? So let's get that going right now.
The Motivation Minute is courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Today's quote has been submitted by Stuart. Susan and Jack Carlson said, "Meet each task with grace, care, and passion. Meet each person with the same." Thank you for submitting that, Stuart. He actually shared that this quote is from his parents. It was hanging on the refrigerator when he was growing up. He asked them where it came from, and they said it was something they strive to live by. I love that. Your parents sound pretty amazing, Stuart. We should all strive to be more like that, to meet each task with grace and care and passion, and to meet each person with the same. I think I might print this one and hang it up. Maybe I'll put it on the refrigerator. This has been today's Motivation Minute, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. They're known for insurance quotes. I'm John Small. Thanks for listening. Your favorite motivational quotes can be submitted for upcoming programs at motivationminute.org.
Your Wellness Minute is brought to you by alasamorgan.com. If bone health was vitamin D's initial claim to fame, its role in immune health puts that essential vitamin back on the map in 2020. Vitamin D receptors are found in just about every cell in the body, meaning that it plays a huge role in many physiological systems. Here are 3 less known ways it provides support. It plays a part in antioxidant activity and longevity, and those with low levels of vitamin D are more prone to oxidative stress. Second, it provides fertility and reproductive health support, and is involved in everything from erectile function to conception and pregnancy for both mama and baby. Third, it maintains oral health and dental integrity, promoting strong tooth enamel, and supporting healthy gums. In summary, vitamin D has a role to play in almost every system throughout the body, even in ways we're not always aware of. For additional resources, check out alessamorgan.com.
Oops! What did he just say?
We at Safety FM don't always agree with the viewpoints of our hosts and guests.
Now back to real safety talk on Safety FM.
Okay, there you go. 49 minutes past the top of the hour as we are hanging out. So this one's freshly in here. So let's talk about this. This is a LinkedIn post that I was just forwarded to share on here. And it's translated, so I'm going to read it over exactly how the translator put it through. So if the English is a little wonky, there's a reason for it. So let's talk about it. I was greatly offended today as a woman. I sent my CV or a resume, then they named the company. And after 8 minutes, the answer is, they answered me, and it said, we do not accept women who wear... It doesn't seem like the word came across right, but essentially the head wrap that wears head wraps. In 2022, Tunisia is the country of freedom and multiculturalism, and others accept the companies that distinguishes employees on the basis of affiliations and beliefs, and do not have the basis of skills and qualifications. I felt that a great insult in my personality as a free Arab and a Muslim woman. And then all of a sudden they tagged a person inside of the company and said, is this behavior acceptable? Now, they did post a picture of where it actually has all of this information back, but of course it is not in English, so even if I showed it to you on the screen, it's not going to make a lot of sense in regards of being able to translate it over. But this is some of the stuff that we still talk about. I mean, you heard the story a few moments ago about a racial slur being used, and now we are disqualifying people or in other countries they're disqualifying people, and even in this country, let's talk about it. They're disqualifying people based on appearance or religious beliefs or what they wear. I mean, it's a difficult pill to swallow when you start talking about this, that you would think that still in 2022 that we are having these kind of issues of segregation. And it's interesting because the more we talk about these things, the more there is a focus on how some people say that this does not occur. But if you open and take a look around, maybe in some of your areas it might not be occurring in, but it does occur still in a lot of places. And I know that's a difficult conversation to have, but it's also a realistic conversation to have as well. I would love to hear your opinion on the matter, because I think that this is where we're able to grow community and have those interactions where we can talk a little bit more. And we can really have these discussions. Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, I'll sit around and talk with people and not always agree with what they have to say. But I am willing to sit there, and sometimes I try to speed up the conversation, don't get me wrong. But I want to listen to other people's point of views. I want to have an understanding on what's going on. And I think that until we learn as a community to be able to do that, we're going to have a hard time being able to move forward. I don't need everybody to agree with my point of view. But I want to have an understanding on why your views differ from mine and why mine differ from yours. Maybe that's where the conversation truly starts. And when it comes to applications, when it comes to jobs, I'm looking for the best candidate that I can find inside or outside of the organization to bring them in. That's really what it boils down to. That's really something to think about.
You are listening to a radio god. What? This has to be an error. That host is not a radio god. Anyways, this is the Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Okay, so a lot of news dropping in on the wire real quick. A prostitution sting in Northeastern Iowa includes a county treasurer. Wendy Wild reports.
11 men, including one serving in a public office, have been arrested in a prostitution sting in northeastern Iowa. Dubuque Police and the Dubuque County Sheriff's Office say they posted ads on social media with agents pretending to be prostitutes. Investigators say the 11 men agreed to pay for sex and were arrested when they arrived at a local hotel. One of the men arrested is the Dubuque County Treasurer. Wendy Wild reporting.
Well, that gets interesting quick as we start talking and taking a look around what's going on inside of there. Anyways, a bill making the entire state of Iowa the Second Amendment sanctuary is moving through the state Senate. I got some more information for you.
The proposed Second Amendment Preservation Act would not allow arrests or charges related to federal gun charges that are beyond or more severe than Iowa law. 34 Iowa counties have passed similar laws declaring themselves sanctuaries for the Second Amendment. The bill has now passed subcommittee and will be heard soon in the Senate Commerce Committee. The bill was introduced by State Senator Zach Nunn of Bondurant. I'm Paul Rubidoux.
Okay, thank you, Paul Rubidoux, for that one. So what is going on inside of the world as we are speaking, some things moving around, always important as we are talking here, that is for sure. Anyways, let's get you into some other things. It is 55 minutes past the top of the hour, and we are, guess what, almost out of time. I'm almost thinking to some extent, I just need it on certain days just to go for it and see how long we can make this thing. Anyway, so today Khalid turns 24. Let's see, Taylor Lautner turns 30. Aubrey O'Day turns 38. Kelly Rowland turns 41. Matthew Lawrence turns 42. Brandy turns 43. Alex Jones, 48. Kelly Slater turns 50. Jennifer Aniston turns 53. Sarah Palin turns 58. And Sheryl Crow turns 60 today. If you're looking for things that happened back on this date, back in 2020, snow falls in Baghdad, Iraq for the second time in a sanctuary. While the city previously experienced snow back in 2008, this snowfall was the first one that stuck around since 1914. If you're looking for some reasons to celebrate today, I got some of those for you. National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk. Boy, is that fitting for today, especially with some concerts going on. National Inventors Day. National Make a Friend Day. National Peppermint Patty Day. National Shut-In Visitation Day. And National White Shirt Day. I guess that's where I'm wearing black. That's just kind of the way that it works out. So let's continue. What else do we got? Okay, let me give you some scoops of BS real quick. According to a survey, women most want earrings for Valentine's, followed by flowers, chocolates, a romantic dinner. Literally, after you give them earrings, she wants you to give her flowers, chocolate, and a romantic dinner. The board game Monopoly first went on sale in this week back in 1935. It's the first game should be over any day now. We're still waiting. A study shows that even if you worked few hours per day and for the same pay, you still wouldn't be happier. The study was absolutely done by observing your slacker's boss. So there you go. That's the thought is going into there. Jennifer Aniston is 53 today. She doesn't want anything for her birthday because Angelina Jolie will just take it away. Thought of the day, a morning text doesn't only mean good morning. It also means I think about you when I wake up, although it can also mean you missed your shift and you're fired. So just keep that in thoughts as well. Anyways, if you need a phone starter for today, try this one. Would you rather win the Olympic medal or an Academy Award for Nobel Peace Prize? If you need a random joke for today, try this one. My wife left me because she says that I'm obsessed with football. I was shocked. I mean, we were together for 5.5 seasons. If you need something for the water cooler, try this one. Question. This Sunday, the magic number will be 9. 9 what? Answer, the average number of chicken wings eaten by those watching the game. I'll give you another one real quick. Question, according to a survey, 20% of people secretly wish their parents will do this on Valentine's Day. What is it? Bring home pizza for dinner. Isn't that something that should happen almost daily? I mean, I just like to look at it that way. Anyways, you've been listening to the Rated R Safety Show exclusively on Radio Big and Safety FM. Safety FM is the home of real safety talk. We can't do what we do around here without you. The most important part, the listener. If you want to take a listen to our view of our newest ebook, it is right there. You can scan that QR code or go to safetyfmplus.com to actually take a look of our newest ebook. Anyways, I will be back on Monday, God willing. So hopefully that does happen. And if you want to come and hang out at radiobig.fm, you're more than welcome on doing that. I'll be there for the next couple hours or so, doing some things there. Anyways, I can leave you for the thought for today. I would love to leave you with this one. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Vince Lombardi said that. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I know who you are. You know who I am.
Duh.
Love you, mean it, and goodbye.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.